Our Collision 2017 coverage is proudly powered by Monster Products. Find the headphones and speakers that match your style at PLUGHITZlive.com/monster. Our first guest is here. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, guys. Glad to be here.
How you doing? Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
I'm Steven Kastelik. I'm the co-founder of BlinkSync Technologies.
Oh, and what exactly is BlinkSync technology?
Well, as you may be aware, whenever you're driving on the road or ready to go to a long work shift, fatigue plays a huge role. I'm sure you can identify with the times you've been on the road and felt, oh man, I'm tired right now.
Definitely at the end of one of these things.
Well, it's even more of a problem in the transportation industry,
Sure.
Especially with trucking. They have liability, cargo, and safety is a really big concern for them. It's something to deal with every day, especially fatigue. So what BlinkSync does is provide fatigue data ahead of time. So even before the trucker gets in the truck, he can see exactly what time he can expect to feel fatigue and plan his routes accordingly. So he can be on the road at the most optimal time, reducing that accident risk significantly.
Wow.
And essentially it's all done through a software platform that hosts smart devices. I'm wearing the smart glasses right now. The smart glasses track blink rate and head tilt. They seem normal and they can be retrofitted for transition lenses or prescription, and that data is combined with sleep stage data from the smartwatch. So all the driver has to do is just wear the devices for even just a couple of days. The software will learn his fatigue patterns as an individual and provide that data ahead of time as a safety tool.
Wow. Okay, so like my dad is a truck driver, which is what intrigued me to this idea that you guys have. So basically, he just gets a watch, he gets the glasses, and then you monitor everything, like even blink rate. And
that's crazy, by the way.
It is. So how is he then notified by all of this? Does he get like an alert on the watch? Do you guys send him an email, or how does that work?
Do we shut the engine off at a certain point?
Well, the notifications will be completely customizable because every driver will have their own preference on how they would like to be notified. Same with the manager. However, the system's designed to be a preventative tool. That's how we differentiate ourselves versus the technology out there right now.
Okay.
So even before they start driving, this is some data they need to look at to plan ahead of time, and that's going to be a much more preventative, proactive approach.
Right.
So as far as notifications, we can have the watch vibrate, we can have an alarm come through the phone, or an alarm come through, a lot of truckers have in-cab tablets that we can have the alarm come through that. We can notify the manager, but that's all customizable, however they like to be notified, how early they want to be notified. But yeah, the whole point is to be preventative ahead of time.
Okay.
And so, for those who aren't familiar with the industry, there's a lot of laws and rules in place trying to deal with this problem. You can only drive a certain amount of time in a single stretch and things like that. So this can help both preventatively and proof that you followed that, right?
Exactly. It can be used as a liability defense mechanism. That is one of the ways they are trying to reduce accidents related to fatigue is by regulating the hours of service. That is changing all the time, and they're actually getting more strict about it. So with this safety tool like BlinkSync, this is something they can use ahead of time to make sure they get the most out of the shift that is given to them.
Right. If you're only allowed to drive for 12, this gives you the ability to split that 12 into a way that is most effective on the road.
Exactly, because I think right now they're only allowed a minimum of 30-minute break. If they break any more than that, then it cuts into their work time. It's kind of new law. It used to be much more flexible, and now it's kind of you have a work window that you have to. So with BlinkSync, it'll plan ahead and make sure you're going to get the most out of those work hours without being in a high-risk state.
Right. So like I get in my truck, I'm getting ready to drive, and then like I'll get an alert saying, hey, based on previous data, we know that in about an hour and a half, you're going to be fatigued. So get coffee or maybe take a walk, something like that. So I get those kind of alerts and stuff like that.
The alerts will be very basic, saying
Right.
you only have about an hour left so you feel fatigued. As far as taking care of that,
That's up to
exactly.
the user.
They've been trained on how to deal with that.
So where did this product come from for you?
Well, me and the other co-founder, Austin Green, we graduated from the University of Oklahoma. We're both entrepreneurship majors. He's also a finance major. So this just started as a class project.
Oh, wow.
It was like we're constantly trying to come up with business ideas just as assignments, and one of the pains that we identified in the market is falling asleep at the wheel.
Sure.
We had everyone in the group, in the class, can identify it since we're college kids who like to do road trips. And we have family and friends in the trucking industry, and everyone has a stereotype towards truckers. Oh, he's swerving. He must be falling asleep at the wheel. So we kind of started with that mindset and went from there, did interviews after interviews after interviews with experts in the industry, everywhere from the insurance side of things to the corporate side of things, and of course many, many drivers. And we just got a lot of great feedback. And we are tired of seeing all the headlines of these tragic accidents happening. The rates of them are going up, and there has to be something done because obviously the current quote-unquote solutions aren't really helping.
How ready and is this available now, or what are we looking at?
It will be available next year. Right now we're in alpha, currently collecting data on drivers as we speak.
Okay.
That data will be run through a neural network using TensorFlow. We'll be creating a control set of data and time stamping that to where we can identify the times they actually were fatigued.
Okay.
And then beta will happen later this year, where we're going to make sure that the software can custom tailor itself to each individual user. But yes, about next year, we'll be product ready and market ready.
All right, cool.
It'll be available in the app stores for individual users, and we'll be marketing to trucking companies initially. However, this can apply to multiple industries.
Right.
And just people, like you said, just going on a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Commuters, any everyday consumers who are wanting to make sure, hey, can I make this drive or not? BlinkSync can tell you.
Wow. So obviously we're a year out from market availability, but do we have a target on what this might cost?
So right now, it's projected to be you pay for the hardware up front. You can order it through our app, and then you pay monthly subscription for the fatigue data because we have to run some servers. That's right. We have to.
Sure.
Okay.
So the price right now, it's kind of expensive since we don't have economies of scale yet. I imagine by next year it'll be much cheaper once we start doing bulk orders. But right now it's going to be around $150 to $300 for both the devices, and then about $10 to $15 a month for
It's not that
the
bad.
fatigue.
I was going to say, even at that, that's not a bad price.
It's not expensive, yeah. Okay.
Very cool. So if people want to find out more about this product, how can they do it?
You can go to blinksync.tech. We're on also all the social medias, Twitter at blinksync.tech, Facebook /blinksync.tech, Instagram, blinksync.tech.
So BlinkSync.tech across the board.
Across the board. LinkedIn.
That's awesome, man.
Seems like you've
YouTube.
got it figured out on your branding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
This is enjoyable.
Enjoy the rest of the
Have a good rest of the day.
You too.